The new Mecha Beast skin was released a few days ago. It looks really cool. It has a nice battle animation, and tech-wise, it's great as it's focused mainly on damage taken reduction. Hey guys, this is Heretic, and in this video, we'll be going over the new Mecha skin and the Pony event, which is where you get it, and I'll show my run in the event, where we end up as a team, where I end up individually, how many of the fragments I get for the Mecha skin, and then I'll do some testing with the skin compared to the previous skin. But before we get started, as you know, it's February and it's the month of Valentine's. We all know you're destroying other realms, you're winning in Elite Wars, you're zeroing newbies, but do you ever get lonely out there doing it and wish you really had someone special who you could share in your exploits? Today's sponsor might be just right for you.
In the world of War and Order, you've conquered castles, vanquished foes, and built an empire. Introducing War and Order Matchmaker, the only dating app for War and Order players who are ready to conquer love. With War and Order Matchmaker, you can swipe on fellow warriors, warlords, and wizards, find love without leaving your alliance, chat using special battle emotes, even send virtual gifts, because nothing says I love you like 10,000 wood and 1,000 W coins. Don't battle alone. Download War and Order Matchmaker today and find your perfect warlord or warrior queen, because even the mightiest kingdoms need a king and queen. Download now. Your soulmate might just be in your alliance.
So before we get started with the Pony event and all of that, let's take a look at the actual Mecha skin. So here I am, I'm going to go down to Beast skin. I'm going to scroll down. I have it at level 1 right now. Later in the video, I'll get it to level 2. But let's go ahead and go look at the skin itself. So first, before we get down to the stats, I want to take a look at the skill that you get. The skill doesn't actually apply until you get it to level 2, so that's what I'm doing in a few minutes when we get to reset. But if we look in here, level 2, level 3, you're at star level 1. And in here, what happens is you get a reduction in the damage taken by your troops. And it reduces the actual health of all of the enemy troops that you're facing that are attacking your soldiers by 3%. That's at the first star level. And then it gets better and better as you go through. Obviously, if you're able to get up to 16, that's pretty crazy. 16.4% damage reduction, 11.8% HP reduction on your enemies. So that's the skill. That's what you really, really want to go for. And before you really switch over to this, I would recommend you get it to level 2 first. But looking at the actual skills here, you get at level 1, you get a 2.2% damage taken reduction, and you get a cross-realm army size bonus. So this is only in cross-realm events, so not within your realm, obviously. So as you upgrade it, your damage taken is reduced. So once you get it up to level 2, you'll get the 2.5%. So it's a little bit of an upgrade there too to get it to level 2. So that's the actual skin. My previous skin that I was using is over here is the Desert Phoenix. So in this one, the skill, and I've got it up to level 3 right now. So at level 3, I'm here at star level 1, and I get an increase in the damage of my archers and mages, and a reduction in the enemy's attack by 4%. It's not bad. That's good. Actually, for things like your fiends that you do every day for your alliance, or for any like Abyss Lord, you might want to use this skin, and I would use this skin instead. For anything like that, PvE related, where you're attacking but they're not really attacking you back, it might be better to stick with your Desert Phoenix or your desert skins. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Pony event now. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over to the Pet Carnival, or what we lovingly refer to as the Pony event. Here are the rewards that you can get just by leveling up your pony, your pet So I do have it at 52, so I was able to get all of those rewards, which were great. And I haven't had any of my challenges done yet today, but I ended up with almost halfway through 52 here. And I'm 10 of 10, so the pony is a 10-10. My team is epic this time. Everybody has a pretty high level and a really good score so far, so we're doing really well. And here you go, I'm in second place as of today. I'm gonna go ahead and run one of my challenges to show, and here's just how we can see people and how they're doing here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it, and I'm gonna speed this up and fly through. The big thing here is don't run into stuff and get the health potions. So the health potions basically put a pause on your health going down as you run through this. So as you run through this, your health is going to go down even if you're not running into anything. That health potion just pauses that timer, and so you can get a better score the longer you can keep that going. And so yeah, just kind of fly through. I do hit a couple bumps along the way, but overall this was a pretty solid run for me. I'm not the best at this. Sometimes my phone just doesn't keep up with things as fast as it should. I'm gonna blame it on my phone, of course, not on me, of course. I would never do anything wrong. But here we go, going through, this is my best score. Here we go. All right, 870K is my top score right now, and that puts me in first by only 4,000. The team is doing awesome. The team is way ahead in first place. And here you go, you can see some of the scores. Unforgiven, Mulvis, Renoa, doing great. Have a super good team this time. And let me see, let's take a look at those rewards that you can actually get from this event. They're no joke. I mean, these are good rewards for how you place at the end. So for the rankings here, individual, right now, as I said, I'm only 4,000 ahead, barely ahead. So the rewards, the team rewards, check this out. You get these MVP chests. So rank 1, you get 3, plus the MVP gets another one. Individual, you get all of these mecha fragments. The rest of it is just bonus, but really the mecha fragments are everything. So now the event's over, and had a great team. Look, we ended up in first place. It's great, over 2 million points there. We got some really good rewards. These are the individual rewards here that I got for first place, which is great. The fragments are amazing. That's what I care about there. And that'll allow us to do some testing here. This is the team rewards were amazing, and these buffs especially are great. They add on top of your attack buffs, your HP buffs that you normally use. So they're in addition to that. So the good thing on that, or the important thing there, is that you use them wisely. You don't waste them. So let's go to the Mecha here. And let's look at upgrading it. I can finally upgrade. I'm going to have some left over, so it'll be easy to get to level 3 in the next pony event without spending too much. So here I go, level 2, and the reason I want to go level 2 is because that's when you get the actual skill, not just the tech. Although you do get some tech here as well. And I wanted to show what happens when you actually use the mecha and what does it look like in the actual event. So I have a decent, probably, it's a higher level desert Phoenix skin. So I'm going to compare that to the level 2 on the mecha. So a little bit lower mecha. So maybe it's not fair, but let's see. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to go over to the Star Rowan so that no players were hurt in this test. So I'm going to go over and pick a friend here and hit plunder. And I'm going to use the same march setup for good or bad here just to make it easier. So, yeah, I have to go back to the skins to actually switch it. So I'm going to go do that real quick. So it's always a little confusing because I never do this. So this is not where it is. Yeah, it's up at the top. All right, so I'm going to do my switch over, and now I'm going to go back to the Star Ruins and take care of this. So I'm going to go plunder again, set up my march. I'm just going to go with a line march. Possibly not the best here for this, but it's okay. I'm going to use the exact same march, same number of troops, same everything for these tests. So I'm going to go through, and this is with the desert, so this is the first one. So I'm going to go through here. And there is a lot of change, between attacks. You can use the same exact setup and everything. It's usually better if you could do 10 attacks for each with the same setup. That would be a whole lot better than showing it one at a time. But here I'm going to go ahead and do the switch over to the Mecha, and let's take a look at what this actual skill looks like. Let me get this. Here we go, and let's see what it looks like in action for the first time for me, for the very first time. So do the same thing. Can do another plunder. All right, set it exactly the same. Go through, and I can already tell this is actually doing a little bit worse. But again, it's the variable change that you can have between each of your attacks, even with the exact same setup. It's not always going to be the same. So we're going to try it one more time and see. All right, let's do it again. Same exact everything. Here we go. And this is a good one to test on because she has pretty good tech. So it'll be a longer battle. Yeah. This is pretty good. Not too bad here. She really knocks out those infantry though pretty quick. But yeah. That looks like pretty much the exact same as on the desert skill there. So let's take a look here in these attacks here. So let's see. Yep, 182. I think that's exactly the same as we had in the other one. And let's go ahead and take a look at what that skill actually looks like when it's applied. And so here you go. Pretty cool effect. I kind of thought it would be around all of the troops, but it's cool the way that it is. I like it, like a rune thrown on the ground. So there we go. Now you can see some of the change here. I will test it. We'll be in Fortress Wars today, and we'll test it there and see how it goes in a group setting, which I have a feeling it's going to do very well in. But with that, again, take care. Let me know if you're using the new Mecha Beast skin or if you decided to stay with the previous skin. All right.